Have you ever been in a situation where you're caught up in your own feelings and you cannot even express yourself? Should you cry? Should you scream? Should you talk to somebody? Should you dance? Should you listen to a music? Should you go see a movie just to feel okay at a particular moment? Come, I have a gist for you. Mind you, I am coming from an interview. So, a friend of mine reached out to me some months ago about an opening in her school. Like, her school has a new branch that she feels I should apply. Why not? If not, professionally, I am a teacher. But for some weird reasons, I do not like the practice. But for the 5 persons I've met in life, 4, even without knowing my profession, feels I could pass for a counselor, I could pass for a teacher, I could pass for a lecturer. I sound convincing, I could talk to people and people listen and stuff like that. We'll go back to being able to talk to people and being bold, and it's so painful how you are convinced you know that you could do a thing or you can do a thing, but when you're called upon to do it, you flap. You don't see yourself doing it, and when you leave the place, you feel like beating yourself up, or that's exactly how I feel right now. So if you have been in the business world before and you feel like you already passed the phase where you get to submit CV and go for interviews and stuff like that, and all of a sudden, after some years, you are suddenly going back to editing CV and having to, it's actually a very crazy experience, but the lessons are learned. It's so should I say traumatizing going back to edit CV, I must confess, after leaving that phase. So I felt so reluctant first to do it, but something in me kept saying I should. I don't know. So I went back. So since I'm talking about how I failed woefully, let me also talk about what I see as a win in the story. First, for me, even if you were going to fail, the fact that you stood up, the fact that you took a step is a win for me, because I know what I'm talking about. It is not easy to stand up, especially in situations like this. So I submitted my CV and I was proud of myself. I didn't know I was going to be able to, go back to editing CV and stuff like that, but I was able. I submitted the CV, and some weeks later, I was called upon. And behold, there lie in front of me 6 pages of tests, questions to answer. And I felt happy and surprised. Happy because it took me back to school. It took me back to being what's the word to use, to being god, I don't know the word to use there, but it took me back to classroom. I felt alive again. I felt like, a student kind of, and I was very happy for that. Secondly, I was surprised because I couldn't believe I am writing a 6 pages exam or test for the post of a teacher. But then I did my bit and submitted. But behold, people of the Most High, didn't end there. We were, giving another test. That was oral. I was supposed to teach. I flapped. And that's where my anger is coming from, because it's something I know I can do very well. But I couldn't remember anything. I suddenly went from an extrovert to an introvert just in the space of a second. I couldn't blame myself much. I don't know why I'm giving myself the accolade, but maybe because it's been a long time. That's not an excuse, yeah? It's not an excuse. But I'm giving myself accolade because I've not really had such interviews where I had to, stand in front of or stand before 4 to 5 persons or six to answer a question from different angle. So that's why I'm giving myself the accolade. So if I were to score myself as the employer, I would score myself maybe 0 or maybe 3 for coming. So fingers crossed. I don't know. I don't know how I even feel now, even if I was given the opportunity to do it, because I feel like people should be given what they worked for, the value of what they did. So if I'm to be sincerely, if they were to give me the value of what I did, I don't think I am supposed to get that job. I don't think so. So fingers crossed, but I'm giving myself the accolade. I started, I dusted my CV, I edited, and now I feel alive again. Should another opportunity come, I think I will do better. But for the first time in my life of jump hunting, before I stood before, I could call it crowd to say the one or two that I say. But I am so surprised that if a video of me was shown to me, I wouldn't say that was me. That's not me. I could do better than that. So in situations like this, what do you people all do? What do y'all do? Do have a blessed day ahead, and thank you for sharing my story. Have a blessed day ahead. Come back for the result. Bye bye.